Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is G. Cole, and welcome to Homegrown, where I get to share with you some good music while talking to some great people. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, so we can keep you updated when new material is available. We will be posting new episodes bi-weekly. Also, check out the website Homegrown with G. Cole to listen and for all things homegrown. We're also very, very interactive. Please follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook at MyGCole. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I always like to say big up for the past couple of weeks, actually, to the Reggae Girls, all right? So no, we can't put on my black, green, and gold shirt and roll through the place. You know what I mean? I always rock it anyway, but right now, I got an attitude, you know? I'm a little cocky right now, but it's all good. Jamaica's made its way back into the history books. That's my approach to it, all right? This time, courtesy, of course, of the ladies of the Jamaica National Football Federation senior team called affectionately the Reggae Girls, all right? The Reggae Girls, ladies and gentlemen. Today we get an opportunity to sit down with one of the stars, one of the Reggae Girls. You might not call yourself that, but I do. I certainly do. We'll get some water here for you just in case.
Thank you.
I know the athletes like to stay hydrated. You know, we do rum, but you know what I mean? Coach don't want to say all of that. You know? We're talking today to one of those who actually very instrumental in this accomplishment. We're talking about one of the goalkeepers, Miss Nicole McClure. Make sure you get turned. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes.
Thank you. And of course we've got you don't have no warrant. So I can say your name. All right, we got Orville in the building. All right, you good?
Yeah.
All right, so pull your mic a little closer. I know you're trying to stay away from us, and then let me see. You should be good. Mm-hmm. You should be good. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. This is Homegrown with G. Cole. We're normally just here whiling out, as you heard earlier, just having a good time on a Thursday evening. We're on Facebook Live. We're on Just Music TV. We're on Royal Zion Highness Radio from a massive anchor over there in the UK and Europe and so forth. So that's your neck of the woods too. So, right? Sweden?
Yes.
That's where you hang out? That's where you chill?
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from, yeah.
I love it. Now, I've been saying over and over that sports is no different from music. I think it's one of those things that galvanizes the whole nation, and to be perfectly honest with you, the whole world.
It does.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Nothing more. People that don't like their one another. You got gangs rooting for the same team. And no matter what sport it is, but that's kind of how it works. So for all the athletes out there, we appreciate you. All right, you do a better job than politicians.
I've been telling her that we really appreciate, what she's done, what she's doing, the Reggae Girls, and that's why I'm trying to do the best that I can to get her promoted.
Right. Yeah. Well, she's doing it. I see you guys doing press and doing the whole nine, and shortly you're gonna need security to walk through, and I'm just so proud of what you ladies are doing. It's dope. It is dope. In fact, sometimes I get carried away here sometimes, I just been telling these people that musically, when it comes to reggae, when it comes to dancehall, I feel like, and now I should say sports, I feel like the ladies are the ones carrying it right now. If you listen to dancehall, listen to reggae music, the ladies are on the show right now. And I can say the same thing for sports, I mean, it's a nice energy. You ladies are doing it, and sometimes I gotta drop songs for you. Big up the ladies. Them Tasha, that's listening right now from the UK, says hello. But watch out.
The Queen Bee. This ladies' night. What? It must be Angie on the mic.
All right, that's enough, ladies and gentlemen. I get carried away. We're gonna get straight into it. 2008, they're about. They started back the women's football program. I guess after about 6 years of it being canceled, they say.
Yeah.
When exactly did you get involved with the national team?
It was actually 2008. I was playing for the U20 team at that time. And then it was suspended for about 6 years or something like that. And then in 2004, they revamped it. And we tried to do what we did last month, 4 years ago. But we fell short.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, hey, you're back.
Yep.
Now, time frame wise, when these things happen, because sports is sports, but don't get it twisted. There's a business part of it, and money's being spent, and the prime minister and the minister of sports and a bunch of people got some big calculators crunching some numbers. Was there any form of a time frame that they put in and say, if we don't achieve certain things by a certain time, then we gotta let this go? Did they have any of that kind of thing going on?
If they did, they didn't tell the players. I don't know anything about that. That's actually the first time I've actually been asked that question.
For real?
So I don't. I've never heard that before.
We start rumors around here. Keeps it interesting. You know what I mean? And of course, again, this may be gloating on my part, but no shame in my game. Jamaica is the first Caribbean country to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Yes.
How pumped are you right now?
It hits me in waves, honestly. I'm super excited, but sometimes I don't even realize what I'm about to do in 8 months now, or maybe 7 at this point. But it's an honor. It's humbling. It's an honor and a dream come true, really. So I'm ready.
Hey. I like the confidence too, because for athletes especially, it requires a certain level of confidence. Going in there knowing that, you know what, I got this. Of course, the outcome is dictated on that field, but how you go on the field is going to dictate the outcome too. So I dig the confidence. What's the camaraderie like amongst you ladies?
Everyone's pretty close. There's gonna hang out with who you hang out with. But for the most part, we mix it up. The local players hang out with the overseas players and vice versa. There's no drama or anything like that. It's just, it flows.
Wow. That don't happen every day. That definitely doesn't happen every day. Now, let's backtrack a little bit for the people, because what I love to do, I talk to a lot of artists, musicians, producers, and also people from the community, and I always feel like the connection is made when they kind of know you, where you're from and all that. So let's backtrack a little bit. You grew up in New York, right?
Yes.
Jamaica.
Yes, Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Well, I'm glad my daughter's not here, because she'd be rolling through here, Jamaica, Queens, Give me a little glimpse, a little insight into the life of a little Nicole growing up in New York. What was that like?
Born and raised in South Jamaica, Queens. But I went to school on the other side of Queens. I went to school in Fresh Meadows and, what's it called? Bayside, Queens. So basically slept in South Jamaica, went to school, took 2 buses to go to school on the other side of Queens because it had the better schools. But growing up was always fun. We had the biggest backyard on the block, and we had a basketball court. So all the neighborhood kids would come over, and we would just play.
Wow!
Like it was a playhouse.
That's what my mom used to.
Yeah, that's what my mom used to call it. But yeah, I grew up playing basketball. That's my first sport. And then I picked up soccer because my brother played a little bit when he was like around 10. And I wanted to do everything he did. So my mom was like, okay, you're too young. And then one day I get a flyer in school, and I showed it to her. I said, look, you said I'm too young, but here's next year. I can play now. Right. So she was like, okay, I guess you can play now. Wow. When I was about 8.
Nice.
So then here I am.
So we got we have your brother kind of sort of to credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Does he still play? Big up CJ. The lighters go up for the music, and the people that need credits need to get their big ups. Does he still play?
No. He actually didn't really care for soccer like that. He played baseball and basketball, but mainly baseball. If you ask him right now, he's probably watching baseball or doing some kind of baseball related. Wow. But yeah, that was more of his passion, basketball and baseball.
Gotcha. Yeah. Baseball thing, man. I can only watch that World Series time. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't. I'd rather watch cricket. But,
oh my god. Oh yeah, we watched that too. My dad played. I know my dad is a cricketer. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On Sundays we would be at the park all day from 12 to like 8.
Watching him play.
Yeah, watching him play. I'd be riding my bike. Wow. And then we eat some curry goat afterwards.
She gotta drop that in there all the time. Curry chicken, jerk chicken, or curry goat.
You cared zero for the cricket. You're just out there for the jerk chicken and all of them things.
Yeah, run around with my friends and stuff. My mom was a scorekeeper for my dad's game, so we were always at the park on weekends.
Nice. I dig it. I like that family bonding, and that allows you also when you get onto team sports or team events, be it corporate or not, to be able to coexist. A lot of people can't coexist because they couldn't coexist at home. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's a sticky thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting here, we're talking with Nicole, and I'm gonna drop a joint for you right now. We're featuring this rhythm from a production group called Unity Sound Worldwide. The rhythm is called Family Bus Rhythm, and we're gonna drop something right now. This is called Bun It. It's Daily Ranks. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Are Unity Sound Records? The herbs are the best thing the father create. Every time I smoke it, I'm a boy to talk that song. Give me the weed, let me burn it over your song.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with Nicole, and we're talking the Reggae Girls, we're talking JFF, we're talking football, we're talking the World Cup 2019. I got to call my financial advisor, my planner, make sure that we're good and see if we can make, I got to do something. I got to do something, make sure I'm there. I've been representing from the sidelines for too long. So it's time for me to get up over there and see what we do. Now, you said you started representing Jamaica, well, in 2008.
Yes.
Is that the first time you represented the national team?
Yes.
This was under 20.
Yes.
And then you pretty much just grew up the ranks.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I got you. But you play professional in Sweden, right?
Yeah, I just finished season there.
Nice. It's called Sundsvall. Am I pronouncing that right?
Correct, yeah.
BFF. I did the research. What's the major difference playing for an organization like that versus playing for the national team, the Reggae Girls?
I would say the speed of play. Internationally, we play for the Reggae Girls. Everybody's super fast and athletic. But in Sweden, it's more physical. They hate goalkeepers. I'm always beat up after every single game. But for the national team, everyone's more technical and fast and stuff like that. In Europe, they focus more on passing and the long ball. It's very, very predictable and super physical, like I said. But I think that's probably the main difference is the speed of play.
Style of playing, all of things. Okay.
They don't look to showboat like the Jamaicans do, like trying to give you a salad.
But that's
here
what we're
and
here
there.
for.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Make it interesting.
Yeah. Bala. We used to have some football teams in Ocho-Race when I was growing up, and if you didn't want them to score and the goal is open your salad or something, they'll turn back, nutmeg or pile something, and give you the goalkeeper time. So that's how we are.
Yeah.
We're a flashy people. You know what I mean? It just a lot of times didn't translate into the win. So technicality counts for a lot. And I think that's where I think it's a beautiful thing when we have a lot of people who go outside the shores and play because you learn the technicality of the game. Yeah. Versus it's like when I used to be in high school, used to have the ballers, them, so to speak, right? And everybody's the top baller in the school until they go play another team and they got 6 love. And then they got to come back now and explain to us, how come you're so cocky at home? Got 6 love off the road. But Jamaica for you.
Yep.
That's how we roll. Now, you went to USF?
Yes. Go Bulls.
big up Tampa. I got some Tampa people in the building right about now. That's logged in. Talk to me about that journey from playing there to going to Sweden. Not necessarily national team, but the difference playing college ball here. How did that happen? You ended up in Sweden.
Well, first I went to University of Hawaii, and then I transferred to USF in 2009. After backtrack. Big up to my coach, Denise Schulte Brown. If it wasn't for her, I would not have known that I could play professionally. Wow. Because she was the one who really instilled the confidence. Like, you're an elite athlete. You should be playing. Because after college, after graduation, I was going to go into corporate America, and do that thing. But she was like, no, you should keep playing. And I have a link in Iceland. Wow. So I started playing. That was my first professional experience in Iceland. Yeah. Super cool place. Highly recommend.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm like,
literally.
She couldn't have a hookup in Miami?
Yeah,
right? Wow.
Highly recommend anyone to visit there. Very, very nice people. Very, very unique geography, and everything was really, really cool. The weather sucks, but
I can imagine.
It was totally worth it. And then from there, I've played in quite a few countries. After that, I went to Switzerland, played there, and went to, I think after that was Norway, and Sweden, then Norway, Israel, France, and Croatia, and then back to Sweden.
Wow. So you've been traveling to ply this trade to do what you love in football.
Yes.
I dig it. And you must love it to go to all those places.
Yeah.
So you didn't call your agent and be like, yo, there's no teams in Hawaii?
Yeah.
No? Not in Brazil? Something a little warmer?
Right.
Wow. Now, we're talking about a kid from Jamaica, New York, to University of Hawaii, to University of South Florida. And we're talking about the national team. Growing up here, going to college here, stuff like that. You may have been on their radar, but was the national team ever on your radar? The Jamaica national team?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
From when I was small, I've always wanted to play for Jamaica. I didn't know if it was possible.
Right.
But I've always wanted to. Like, my parents grew me up like a Jamaican. Like, you clean on Saturdays and take off your shoes when you go in the house. And you eat curry goat. Yeah, like stuff like that.
Rice and peas on Sunday.
Rice and peas on Sunday, soup on Saturday.
Soup on Saturday. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, not so much, but yes.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had your eyes open.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. Now, you ladies were ranked 64th in the world. All right. And then that's when everything started. This competition started to get where you are right now. In your opinion, what does that accomplish? Because I love to take things away from you because there are a lot of eyes looking. You know what I mean? You are role models when you don't even know you are.
Right.
Little girls, and to be perfectly honest with you, little boys. Everybody's looking up, right? What does this accomplishment for the national women's team mean for football in Jamaica?
It means everything. I know the little ones right now are looking up to us and saying, I can do that in a few years. And I'm so glad that we were able to do that for them because we never really had the support until now, really. We've been begging for money from the JFF and from anyone.
Right, the check.
Yeah, cut the check, yeah. But it means, for me personally, I love working with kids. I coach kids sometimes back in New York. So for them to see me and the rest of the team do what we're doing right now, it's inspiring. Wow. I mean, I feel inspired just from inspiring them, if that even makes sense. Right,
absolutely.
You know, like, so it means everything because I really we're doing it for them.
Right. That's pretty dope. And the thing I always wonder too is, you know, when you are the benchmark, because for lack of a better word, you are.
Yes, exactly.
You know, you are the benchmark. You're in the history books. At some point in time, sometimes it's probably a hard thing to process because you're so young. You're supposed to be reading the history books.
Yeah.
But you're writing the history books.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Making history.
Sometimes not even conscious of it because you're just doing what you do and what you love to do. So these little girls and boys are looking up to you. Who did you look up to?
Growing up, for me, Brianna Scurry, representation. She's the only black goalkeeper I could think of.
Canada, right?
No, U.S.
U.S.?
Yeah, she played for the U.S.
Really?
The Canadian is I've drawn a blank, and I just met her, and then I was like starstruck.
Cause she's just
Karina LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Karina, big up herself.
Yeah,
that's my bad. It wasn't hers.
Yeah, I met her last year. She's actually last month. She's the head of CONCACAF for women.
Really?
And she gave us a lecture and everything before the tournament started last month. And it was crazy. Like, I'm just sitting there like trying to keep my cool, but it's like, oh my God.
Nah, I know that feeling. I got it from Marcia Griffiths. When I first met Marcia Griffiths, I don't get starstruck a lot. But when I met Marcia, oh man, love me some Marcia. But I understand what you mean. And that's a real good achievement for the ladies too, because here's another thing that irks me a little bit is when you have women's sports, women's music, women's rights, and you got a bunch of dudes at the helm. Yeah, what do you really know about what their women, needs are? What their you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I like the fact that they're the women that have started it. Yeah, I shouldn't say started it, but have come up the ranks and have done well are the ones at the helm. So big ups for that. FIFA, or CONCACAF, they should get credit from FIFA too, right?
Yeah, FIFA is the govening body.
It's the governing body. Yeah. So big up yourself, FIFA. We don't often say that.
No,
not these days.
Nope.
We haven't been there to say.
But today you're getting it. Yeah. You're getting it. Don't get comfortable either, but you're getting it today. Now, Cedella Marley.
Yes.
She is your primary ambassador for the team. All right. Is she a hands-on ambassador?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She sent me a voice note after the match, saying congratulations and everything. She is the heart and soul of the team, not just the money, but she truly believes in us and she truly cares. And she's super down to earth. You wouldn't think a multimillionaire sitting across the room. Like, she would hug you up and everything and go crazy in the stands. Like, she's awesome. Wow. If it wasn't for her, there would be no team. Literally, there would be no team. Because she funded the team in 2014 and revamped the program, basically. And now we have more sponsors. But the Bob Marley Foundation is the heart and is the spine of the team and the heart.
I love that, because a lot of times, from my standpoint, from my angle, we hear a lot of criticism on the Marley family and everybody. Anybody that's got a name, a legacy, you know how it is. You know, if you're not walking down the street just handing out cash, people are criticizing what you're doing. And a lot of people do so much under the radar. You know what I mean? Especially in a case like this. Not everybody follow women's sports.
Right.
They follow national sports
Sport,
because it's not about the gender at that point. It's just patriotism. I'm rooting for the country and the whole nine. So that being said, you wouldn't know exactly what's going on or who's behind whatever. So she's doing this knowing probably that cameras aren't on. You know what I mean? There's no, I don't see it on ESPN. You know what I mean? You're not going to see it on the news or whatever the case may be. And she's still doing it and motivating people like yourself. So
Not many people know.
no, they
Yeah.
don't. Sidella, big up yourself.
Yeah.
Can we put her on the spot real quick?
Sure.
Ask her to come see me so we need to talk to her because we need to have a conversation. But we want to big her up still. Just kidding. But definitely commend her and the whole family and the whole foundation for all the work that they do, because a lot of it goes as broad as the name of the brand is. You know, when it's time for criticism, it's global.
Absolutely.
Right.
When it's time for recognition, under the rug.
Right.
But that's
right.
how the world rolls. What are you gonna do? So you weren't, and I was watching. Then I won't say I watched it live. I saw the recorded play. That last game, Panama.
Yeah.
You were not the goalkeeper during regulation time,
Correct.
but you came in for the penalty kicks.
I did.
Is that your avenue of expertise?
Save the game.
I guess so. Apparently now it is.
Because when I watched it, you would expect, you know what I mean, that they're rolling with unless something, you know, I used to keep goal back in the day. So penalty kicks ain't no joke.
Joke,
No,
yeah.
it's-
You know what I mean?
not
It ain't
easy.
no joke. And a lot of times they're like, okay, when you take penalties, when you're a goalkeeper, you just make a calculated decision and pick a side. That first one that you stopped didn't look like, it looked like timing, like it was after they kicked that you jumped, like you knew where it was going. Take me through the mind of a goalkeeper when somebody's coming up, because this is not your little brother and sister, they're professional athletes just like you. All right, I would say 85% of penalty kick go in.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Probably 90.
90 probably, and it's not like the other 10 get saved. 5 of them get missed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So take me through the mind of a goalkeeper when another professional athlete, their best striker probably is coming up to take the first one, is coming up at you.
Well, you want to go through the entire thing?
Sure, we got all day.
Well, firstly, I want to big up Sydney for playing the entire time. The other goalkeeper before I came. I subbed in for her.
Right. Big up yourself, Sydney. You did a great job.
Yeah, she's awesome. But we actually worked on penalties, the training before the match, as well as a couple of days beforehand, after training. And I did really well, and I guess they saw something like, just in case it comes down to it, Nicole will go in. I didn't really think that was going to happen.
Right.
We'd hope it wouldn't happen, but I stayed ready and I stayed poised. So during the second half of the extra time, they told me to warm up for 15 minutes. So I did, and then they subbed me in at like 119th minute or something like that.
Wow.
And then went down to penalties. And for the first one, the first shot, I couldn't save it. That was a brilliant shot.
Right.
Upper 90 to my right.
Right.
No way.
Give her credit.
Yeah, I'll give
They're
I'll give
home,
her
right?
credit.
They're going to be home anyway. So some props to lighters.
Yes. Unfortunately, I was rooting for them, but
I
what are you going
wasn't.
to do? Well, against, Argentina.
Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah, so that was a good one. Second one, I didn't move, and I regretted that. After she hit it low to my right, I said, darn. Keep it rated
Coulda got
PG. Yeah. I didn't say that, but, mom is watching.
Okay. I was going to say, you can say it.
So yeah, I regretted that one. So I was like, okay, let me regroup. For the third one, I was like, okay, remain poised, calm down. And then she hit it to my left again. So I still reacted. I still anticipated her to hitting it to my left, which is not what I was taught to do. So sorry. My goalkeeper coach Begaman would not like that. So I still saved it anyway. It was a comfortable save. She didn't hit it very hard.
Right.
And then after that one, during us shooting against them, I said, okay, save the next one and we're in.
Right.
So said, so done. This time I actually reacted. That was pure reaction, low to my right. And I was able to parry it wide.
Nice.
So that's how it went down.
That was dope. I enjoyed that. I felt that energy. I enjoyed it. And guess what? Your coach, she's not tripping. You're on your way to the world. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, when she's telling the story right now, she's telling people that's what she told you to do. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, man, my very first goalkeeper coach, Delroy Williams, he would not have liked the fact that I just stood there and didn't react, you know? Because he always said, never anticipate, react.
Right.
That's what I was taught since I was 10.
Right.
Because that's when he started coaching me. And then I met him up the other day, and he was like, "What did you do? You could have saved all of them." I was like, "Really?"
Coaches are always on that. You could be 80 years old, and they're still trying to coach you. I'm like, I'm 80 or 100. Come on.
Right.
But you know, much respect to the coaches though.
Yeah.
Because keeping those coaches in the back of your mind sometimes, it's amazing. You may be on your 10th professional coach, but a lot of things that your first coach taught you, even back in college or whatever, still are instrumental in the way you do what you do right now.
Absolutely. I still credit him.
Blessings.
He toughened me up.
Don't let him call you for no free tickets though. But Leroy, big up yourself. We got a lot of people in EK right now. Leroy's looking in, Zemroy's looking in, Eddie's looking in, a lot of people. Chris Gale is looking in, Angie's in. A lot of people supporting you right about now. We are rooting for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, trust me, I feel like I need to print up a whole bunch of Homegrown with G. Cole black, green, and gold shirts. Might be the season for that. Might be the season for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll drop a tune for you right now. Again, we're featuring the rhythm. It is called the Family Bus Rhythm. This one is Ginger with a song called Mighty Jaja. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Give us strength, Jaja. Give us strength. Give us strength, Jaja. Though them roads are rocky, mighty Jaja.
If you don't have it, make sure you go ahead and get it. Go pick that one up. It is the Family Bus Rhythm. It's brand spanking new, and it's a brilliant, brilliant body of work. We're sitting down here having a nice conversation with Nicole McClure. Go ahead and follow her on Instagram, Twitter, all of them things. All right? Go ahead and support her. Go support the Reggae Girlz. Make sure you buy everything Reggae Girlz. All right? If you see a little dude on the side of the road selling stuff, not buy it from him. All right?
That's right. Buy from the Reggae Girl, the official Reggae Girl items.
Yes. ReggaeGirlsFoundation.com. You can buy stuff
and support
on
the
sale
movement.
right now. Yes.
Because you know everybody's out there selling something.
Yeah.
You know, so make sure you're getting the right thing, because then you're supporting Julio. All right?
Right.
You're not supporting I always ask this to athletes. Who on your team are you just happy he's not an opponent of yours? I've always, you play football, you have that one person on the team like, man, even if they get on your last nerve, just glad I ain't playing against you.
Yeah.
Who on the team is that person that you're just happy is not the opponent?
It's quite a few. It's between two. Denisha Blackwood, because she's so fast and quick on the wing, and Bunny. Well, Khadija Shah, we call her Bunny, because she's so strong and she can hit the ball like it's a gun coming out. And she's so physical. She's huge.
Right.
Probably those two.
Gotcha. Ladies, big up yourselves, big up yourself. I love the as I watch YouTube, as I see interviews from each individual person, I can see that the cohesiveness is there. I can see that there's a family bond there. Which sometimes can be rare in sports, especially international sports, because during the regular season, everybody's off doing their own thing. You know what I mean? So when people come together and that bond is really real, then it's a unique situation to be in. And ladies, keep doing what you're doing. Again, keep doing what you're doing. Jody Brown.
Yes.
Young 16-year-old doing it.
Yeah.
Doing it. She was at the top scorer in the tournament.
One of them, yeah.
One of the top scorers there. Well, she was the top scorer for Jamaica.
Was she? I thought it was Bunny.
You never know. Luckily, I didn't put some cash on that.
I'm not sure, but I know she got the best young player at
the tournament.
Much deserved.
Yeah?
She's awesome.
What's it like playing with her?
She's like a snake, kind of like will worm your way through everything, and she's very hardworking, very low key, super quiet. But when she starts talking, it's just pure jokes. Jody has a bright future. Yeah.
Wow.
She's going places.
And what do you think she means to the future of this program?
She is the future of
this program.
She is the future,
huh?
Absolutely. Don't be surprised if she's the captain in the next 4 years when we make it again.
Wow.
That's how much I rate her. Jody is brilliant.
And it's not just as a player, talking about as an individual.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, and because here's what we do. When it comes to the sports, we go look up our favorite athletes. My favorite... Well, I got a couple. But my favorite reggae boys back in the day was Walter Boyd and Bibi Gardner. And it wasn't just about the football, it was about the story. I remember Walter, of course, is older than me, so it was all about the football. I just rated the magic he could create with the ball. Bibi now, I saw him from playing for Wilmers coming all the way up. You know what I mean? And there were the big rivalries with different schools. So you grew with that. And then to see him morph into what he morphed into and grew into what he grew into and went to play professional overseas, it was more than just the soccer itself, the football. It was what he meant to Jamaica. You know what I mean? The inspiration, knowing that, you know what, I too, well, not me, but you too can do it. So, and it's the same thing for you ladies as you're doing what you're doing right about now. I always harp on that because it's so much bigger than today, than this moment, than what you're doing. And that's why I'm really appreciative of what you guys are doing. Now, for athletes who are not just passionate about playing, right? But even more so about winning. It's the wiring.
That's
as an athlete, it's the
all
wiring.
about, yeah.
You know what I mean? How challenging is it to convince players that are born outside of Jamaica? And I say that because, okay, let's say you're the people who are born in England, the people who are born in the US, yourself. In terms of success and commercial viability and long and short of it, money and so forth, you probably, for lack of a better word, I don't want to say better off, but you could get more commercially if you play for the US or so forth. What's that like? How is that feeling? How are you received by the local audience, by the local players when you're a foreign-born player that's playing for the Jamaican team?
Well, for me personally, I've been mistaken as a local player by some of my teammates when I first met them 4 years ago. There was a different team back then. I remember a couple of them asking me when I migrated. I was like, no, I was actually born in New York. Because for me, I can't speak for the other overseas players. I could never do that. But for me, I like to interact with the locals more because of my family, especially my parents.
Right.
So my brother always says I bridge the gap. That's what he tells me.
Right,
I hang out with the Yankees and I hang out with the
job.
Right.
That's what
a good job. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So it was a little bit different. I can't really.
Relate
I mean,
to that.
they embrace me, so I can't really say that there's a division right there because I hang out with both sides. You know, even though yes, there are sides. There are the Americans.
You can't avoid.
Yeah.
It is.
But yeah, it is what it is. You know, but. I try to mingle as much as I can, but
Right.
more so with the locals because it's pure joke.
It's the vibe.
Yeah,
It's the vibe. I got you.
Yeah.
And the major reason I ask questions like that pretty much is I remember back when the Reggae Boys made it to the World Cup, it was probably a year or two prior to that, maybe 3, when they started inviting a lot of the overseas based players because they realized that they needed that. So I don't think any of the issues was within the team. It was just the local audience, the local eyes looking on and saying, well, why can't you pick from who's here? I could explain to you why, but that's a different show. You know what I mean? But so you always have that kind of thing. But you know what fixes all of that? Success. Winning. Going to the World Cup. So in a case like this, it don't matter if you're from the moon. You know what I mean? That's and right. So forth. You're championing the team. You're wearing the black, green, and gold. It's love.
Right.
It's love. I can't say you sound like you're from Jamaica. You roll like you got the swag, the whole. So they will mistake you. But there's always that one person like from England. You know, you can't get rid of the accent. And yo, pass the ball, yo.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You almost got me.
You're not from England?
No, I'm from Brixton. You know what I mean? For tracks. Nope. But no, I love it because it spells unity, and it says to me pretty much that as Jamaicans, no matter where in the world you are, it's black, green, and gold. It's black, green, and gold. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're sitting here having a lovely conversation. We try to be as interactive as is possible, but send me your questions and whatnot. We'll get to them later, all right? As much of them as we possibly can. Now, what do you find as, and you know, we asked this to athletes far and wide, but primarily the soccer verse seems to be a little different. But what's the biggest challenge you find playing over there in Sweden? There's got to be a challenge or so forth.
Quite a few. The biggest challenge would probably be, maybe like the amount of training, because I love to train. I wish we had more training. That was always my my complaint, so to speak.
So you want to train more?
Yeah, I wish we had more days of training.
Oh, your teammates can't stand you.
So a lot of the time, it's not really a challenge because a lot of the times I would invite some of my teammates to do some, small-sided stuff, to shoot on me or work on goal kicks or work on whatever, But to get like the whole team training would be probably like my biggest complaint, so to speak. I wish we trained more often,
right?
Like maybe twice a day or something,
right?
But I understand people have work and school. It's different because for women, we're not full-time professionals.
Right. I got you.
But I was, me and a few of my other teammates. But for the most part, we're not.
So a lot of people have other...
People have full-on families.
Wow.
And some of the times. So, yeah, that's probably the biggest challenge. Because
Right.
no one's like fully focused on football. It's just a side thing for them.
How big is women's football in Europe?
It depends on the country. And also depends on the league.
Gotcha.
Where I'm coming from in Sweden, I was playing in the second tier, which is still considered professional. But the biggest crowd would probably generate maybe 400 or 500 people. For us, not so much.
Right.
Because of smaller town, and the men's team attracts like the 7,000 to 10,000 people and stuff like that. But it's not it's popular, but it's not as huge, if that makes sense.
As you'd want it to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it obviously is growing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And I'm sure you guys also represent the national teams and so forth. When you come back, you draw a whole different set of eyes. Because there's probably a bunch of Jamaican people in Sweden that normally wouldn't come out and check it out. But after this, they know you're there.
Right.
So it's not just that what you're doing right now is a great thing for Jamaican football, but it's also a great thing for women's football at large. So cut the check, y'all.
Yeah.
Not only that, when she goes back to playing with her professional team, with her coming back from France with a championship,
Cut the check.
There you go.
I'm just saying, cut the check.
Nicole, McClure, right there.
Yeah, have your people call my people. If you don't cut the check by Friday, I'm pulling her out. So, what do you? I know for most athletes, they try to get pumped a certain way. What do you listen to? What are you into musically?
Oh, I have an old soul, so it's basically Sanchez, Barris.
What am I today?
Yeah, I actually played my playlist for my mom the other day, and some of my cousins back in New York, and they were like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you know me. Come on, why are you surprised?" And everybody was just jamming, like,
wow.
Yeah, the most recent song was probably like 1993 or something. Like that.
Well, you're in the right spot. Everything after about 99 is questionable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, maybe not 90, maybe like 97. But yeah.
Everything thereafter, I got to sift through a little bit, but
yeah.
I dig that. Now, shortly before, we had mentioned when the men's team made their trip over and so forth, it had that global impact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Reggae Boys then became a phenomenon, a brand, so to speak, right? The Reggae Girlz is a brand, is a phenomenon. Personally, outside of the team, outside of all of that stuff, but for Nicole, what does it mean suiting up, putting on that sash, the Jamaica colors? What does that mean to you as an individual?
It's a loaded question. I feel like Superwoman.
Wow.
Really. Even in Europe, when I play, I have a little armband of the black, green, and gold. And I wear it around my left arm.
Really?
Just to represent my family and Jamaica at whole. Yeah. The entire culture, yeah.
Dope.
But yeah, I feel big. It makes me feel like, yeah. Feel like
do all things.
I can do anything.
Yeah.
And you proved it on them penalty kicks, boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So you were, based on what you said, you were that ace in the hole that they had. You know what I mean? Not everybody has that. But they had that ace in the hole, and that was you, and you brought it home for us. I dig that. Now, if you weren't killing it in the goal right now, what would you be doing?
I'd be a writer.
Yeah.
Probably like sports journalism or something behind the scenes, or I'd be coaching kids.
But sports somehow, some way.
Definitely.
Soccer.
Absolutely. Yes.
Dope.
I thought about being a gym teacher before. Like, it has to be sports.
I don't see her as a gym teacher. A coach, yes. The writer, yes, but not a gym teacher.
Yes,
I just love all sports, so it would have to be something sports related. But my passion is writing, so I like to write. After every single match in Sweden and where I was playing in Norway, etc., I would type up a synopsis for my family of every single game, and then the feedback was always, "Wow, I feel like I was there." So I guess I'm pretty.
You should probably blog about it.
My mom keeps telling me. I know my mom keeps telling me, but I'm just like, no, it's just for the family, and it's fine.
Do a blog, put it up there, get everybody involved, yeah. You probably should do
that. You
that.
have followers of the young,
Yep, especially over there. Now, what is there? I know. I tell people this all the time. I've been to a lot of countries in the world. I have never been to a country in the world and there wasn't some form of Jamaican influence.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? I've seen a Jamaican restaurant. I can't vouch for what they're cooking. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I've seen Jamaican restaurants everywhere, right? What's the Jamaican influence, if any, in Sweden?
I haven't found any restaurants. However, over the summer, I did hear an old school 90s reggae song blasting from somebody's car. And it caught me off guard. I was on the second floor of my apartment. I was like, wait, that's not my music playing. Wow. But I didn't see the car pass. But I'm pretty sure there's Jamaicans in Stockholm and Gothenburg and stuff. But I didn't actually see any black, green, and gold.
Right.
Just heard the song. And I was like, what? Because
that's how we are. We got it. That's the one thing with Jamaican people. When I moved back in the 90s to the U.S., right? This is what I noticed with Jamaican people all over the world. They need to let you know that they're Jamaican.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So if you can't tell, at least one clot, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got cursed just so you know that where I'm from. Patriotism. I don't think I've ever come across a prouder set of people than Jamaicans, and rightfully so, because for that little island to impact the world the way we do,
oh man,
crazy. Now in Stockholm, right? Because that's a big city now.
Yeah.
All right. Do they have a women's football team there?
We have several. I was not in Stockholm. I was about 3 hours north in Sundsvall. But Stockholm, that's basically the hub of all of football in Sweden. Tons of teams. And
I guess the women's league would probably be bigger there too, right?
Yes.
So for you, that probably something you'd be looking to do?
Yes, that's the dream, is to play in the highest league in Sweden or Germany or France or England.
Right.
So hopefully this will help. Because I don't have an agent. It's just me. And I don't want an agent.
You don't have an agent yet?
Yeah. Well, I've had agents before.
Not a good thing?
Not a good experience. For me personally.
Right.
I like to know what's going on.
Because they have their own agendas.
Yeah.
Doing what they do.
Some of them, I know some of them are good, but I'm just a little bit weary of that.
I feel you. Yeah. But isn't that a lot more on your plate?
No.
No?
It's easy. I just reach out to whoever, and I mean, it's frustrating at times because I don't have the direct link and I have to worry about, the middleman asking somebody for somebody's number. But I prefer it that way. Right. Honestly, at least I can control what's happening.
I gotcha. I think that's going to change, and it is going to change very, very soon. Hopefully. Because it's not just the fact that you guys are there, but also it's in France.
Yeah,
that's
you know what I mean.
That's true.
So all the eyes that need to be looking are going to be looking, and on top of all of that, you, like you said, you sound proactive, so you might be reaching out to them, whatever the case may be. But I think it's going to happen really, really soon. A lot of times we are just, and there's nothing wrong, we outgrow the pond. You know what I mean?
That's right. Somebody
got to take us and put us in the ocean.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going on here. You know what I mean? With what you're doing, with what the team's doing. I'm super, super pumped. I feel I shouldn't say this out loud, but I have never watched any female sport and felt that way. You know what I mean? I'm watching this pre-recorded. I don't watch pre-recorded sports. If I can't see the game live, I can't watch pre-recorded sports. I've watched that stuff on YouTube so many times. It's just the energy is prehensile. It comes across the screen and it grabs us. So whatever you ladies are doing, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. And the great thing about it too is this: a lot of times when you find teams like these and athletes like these, they're normally on the tail end. There's so much struggle. There's so much growth. There's so much trial and error that by the time you get to the point, boom, I make it to the World Cup. It's my last time. I'm 35. You know what I mean? It's all babies on this team. It's a young team. So it's highly likely that by the time the next World Cup comes around, the same people, not to say that there won't be an infusion of youth, but everybody will probably still be eligible. and able to go and play. So the sky's the limit. I dig it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're going out there and supporting the Reggae Girls, all right? If you ain't doing it, I'm going to delete y'all off of my page. I'm going to cut y'all off of the feed. And I know, all right, I'm going to Vladimir your computer. I'm going to hack in. I'm going to know exactly what's going on, who's supporting what and who's not supporting what. So make sure you go ahead and support the team out there. Now, I need you to drop some info now. There's some people that need to get some shout-outs and some big ups and all of them things there. Let's give it to them because they've earned it.
Yes, again, shout out to Cedella Marley, the Bob Marley Foundation. Without you guys, this wouldn't happen. The Alacran Group, you guys are awesome as well. Those are our two main sponsors. And everyone in the diaspora, you know, parents, other relatives, friends, everyone who's donated, $1, $2, $20, it goes a very long way. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you would like to donate, you can reach out to reggaegirlsfoundation.com, Reggae Girls with a Z, and you can buy merchandise if you want. You can donate to the site. You can follow them as well, Reggae Girls Foundation, at Reggae Girls Foundation, as well as Jamaica Reggae Girls, and on Facebook, Jamaica Reggae Girls. And you can follow me as well at Nicole165, Nickle 165. So, boom.
Nice. And let me toss it out there because I've heard questions. Can we get this and that? It's the Reggae Girls you're supporting, but it doesn't mean, fellas, that you can't buy some things. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not just latest jerseys that's up there. There's t-shirts. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So go up there, get what you want. All right, and guess what? Get something for your lady too. Because it's real selfish of you to be jumping up during the World Cup celebrating your gear and she's dressed in a tank top. Yeah. You know what I mean? So make sure you go ahead and get something for her. If it's 5 a.m. in the household, rock it up. Nothing cuter than the baby's all decked out for Christmas in their Jamaica gear. Support the movement. This episode will go up on the podcast, and I'm going to go ahead and get that information from you. We'll put it up there. But make sure you go ahead and support. Big up against Cedella Marley for all she's done. What a lot of people don't know, especially when it comes to, I'm sure they know, but when it comes to sports, when it comes to Jamaica sports, the budget ain't the budget ain't sexy. Yeah, you know what I mean.
The women's sport,
the budget ain't sexy. You know, the men's sport, you hear them complaining. So if them are complaining, and they're the, you know what I mean. Imagine what's going on the women's side of the fence.
Women's sector,
yeah. And a lot of it, I do understand because we have the conversation all the time. When it comes to women's sports, yes, it's not going to draw the same thing, but I have an issue with corporations, and because I think of it as a corporation, as I do the government. Sometimes people want to tell you to go generate the revenue so I can create an infrastructure. When the truth is, you need to create infrastructure so we can go develop get this revenue.
Yeah.
And private sectors out there need to get involved. When we say private sector, I mean the private sector in Jamaica and here too. There's a lot of businesses, Jamaican owned, Jamaican brand, that are doing very well, that are thriving
very well
off of what? The culture, right? Because a lot of them, they brand themselves as being Jamaican. You know, even if they're not selling anything Jamaican, ain't reggae t-shirts or none. It's not all about that. You know what I mean? You got big companies, but they do brand themselves as being Jamaica because they also capitalize on the patriotism of the people.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So all the massive out there right now, private sector people. This is 2018. We can Google you. We know who you are. So, and don't let me put you on blast. But everybody out there that's supposed to be supporting the movement, support the movement. Like you mentioned, there's no cap, no minimum.
Proudly support.
Proudly. Yeah. And if you buy your shirt from Julio, I hope it falls apart. All right? Make sure you buy it from the right. Tell them again where to purchase stuff.
ReggaeGirlsFoundation.com. Reggae Girls with a Z. It's always Reggae Girls with a Z. Or a Z. Sorry.
That one has been blowing minds for years. You know what I mean? Is it Z? Is it Z? Are you from Canada? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I want to thank you both so much for passing through. It's indeed been a pleasure. Thank you so very, very much. I think the sky's the limit. I think you guys are going to go over there and make us proud. And, bring some, they can't handle the spice. So worst case scenario, bring some jerk chicken and thing. Make sure everybody eat it. And then when they can't handle it, you'll just run around and run. If they don't know this, you know what I mean? Strategy.
That's right.
Strategy. Did you have any information you want to drop for the masses?
No, I just want to big up a couple of people. Lana Linda, travel safe, my girl. Leo Oregio, if you're listening, big up to you and the family. Lady G, if you're listening, big up. I have the pictures them for you.
And are we talking about dancehall
Lady G? Yes.
All right. I mentioned to you a while ago that there was once or twice that I ever got starstruck, right? One was Marcia Griffiths, the next time was Lady G. I just love me some Lady G, and I've been trying to her and I communicate now, I make fun all the time. I say, you think a little bit of time, you say, what's up? On Monday, I'm going to say, what's up? And you respond to like 3 weeks on everybody midday. I'm like, yo, what's up with that lady G? But she's dope.
Yes, she is. I'm going to share a little thing with the audience. Back in the Razor Ruddock days, they had Judy Mawat had for women in prison concert fundraiser for women in prison, and about 9. It was all women lineup. Lady G, Chevelle Franklin, Cherry Natural Mystic, Judy Mawat, Angie Angel.
Wow,
it was awesome. Wow. It was awesome. Anyway, they all did their segments, and at the end they all came on stage and they sang One Love. And let me tell you something. They all went through and they sang a verse in their own makeup. And when it got to Lady G, dropped the mic.
Wow.
She turned that sucker up. It got lit. It got. I talk about it all the time. And I took a picture of the entire group on the stage, and had a 18 by 20 poster. And I just saw her the other day. She was here at the garden, and I was supposed to have a print for her, but I couldn't find the picture at the time from the picture.
Lady G, you found the picture. Yeah, that show, I missed that show.
That was an awesome show,
man. Because I had another event, but the thing is, that the day of the show they were here. So it was her and Anthony Malvo and you know what I mean. Admiral Tibet. They were all here, but I just couldn't make the show because I had another event. But dope. When I say ill person, she's just a nice person. The other thing too, I don't know what Lady G drink, I don't know what Lady G eat, but she don't look no different today than she looked 30 years ago.
Yeah. I
don't know.
I noticed that.
You know what I'm saying?
I noticed that. I was like, okay.
I don't know. But listen, it's all good. It's Lady G. We love you, Lady G.
Yes,
again, thank again so much. The Reggae Girls, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't go down support Mega, fire burning on it. I always got my lighter.
The lighter, yeah.
Fire burning on it. It won't be one of these. You know what I mean? Be one of these. You know what I mean? But thank you so much. Let me just big up the masses out right now that's locked in. Josh, thank you so much. Alton, thank you so much. Hope, Courtney, everybody. Papa Bito has a question. What do you think are the Reggae Girls' chances of making it to the second round? You're asking the goalkeeper. She's going to say 100%, which is rightfully so. Go ahead.
We have a really good chance. Right now, we're still strengthening the team, so I think we have a good chance. We don't know who we're playing yet. We'll find out on December 8th. But me, with my confidence, I say we at least make it out the first round.
You hear that, Papa Bito?
We'll see. Once we find out who we play and who we will get additional to the team, roster-wise, then we'll have a better, more realistic idea.
I got you.
My thought is next round. Yeah.
I like it. He has another question too.
Okay.
Are the Reggae Girls getting support from the Reggae Boys?
Ooh, I don't know.
What kind of problems you trying to cause here, Papa Bito?
That's a good one. I honestly don't know.
Nah.
I'm not sure. I just know. You mean like money-wise support?
Any type of support.
Moral support.
Moral support.
Yeah.
Just coming out there showing love.
Yeah.
Reposting, sharing, money, whatever.
I don't know, but I just know that Sean Paul, Usain Bolt, and Ziggy Marley all shouted us out.
Man.
I don't know about the Reggae Boys. I didn't see any of that.
Right.
I didn't see Blake doing anything. I don't know. But I just haven't seen it. But
calling name. Who else? Call someone. We calling people. We gonna do that. Yo, here's it. Reggae Boys. All of you out there, past, present, and future. Support the movement. Support the movement. It is the energy from the Reggae Boys team that made it to the World Cup that trickles down and make everybody have that confidence that they can make it too.
That's right.
So that's what funnels and feeds into what you're doing right about now and what you're doing right now in terms of making history. All right? Writing the pages of history, not just for women's football, but for football in general, is going to have that trickle-down effect also. So we are all one. It's a chain. Everybody plays a part. It's a link. So, fellas, do the thing. You know what I mean? Support the movement, support the ladies. They need your strength, they need your support, and all those people doing well out there too, support financially.
All the artists, young, old, nowadays, past days.
Yep.
You guys pressure the government to provide the necessary funds to make them, the stars that they are supposed to be.
Absolutely.
They've been doing that. Just want to shout out the Jamaica government.
Okay,
There will be a parade on December 15th in Jamaica. I don't know where exactly yet, but then they have a bunch of festivities from the 14th to the 19th for us. And things have been happening since October, was it 17th we did this? Or 18th, something like that. So yes, the government has been,
but we still need the funds.
I know,
we need the funds.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
We've gotten some.
I want a decent parade too. I remember when you sailboat came back and I see what him get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want a decent parade, but I want just a Sky Juice man and a jerk man out there. You know what I mean? And somebody roll on the window and play music. Now we want a decent parade because the cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
We putting the pressure on. You know what I mean? From Minister of Sports, the Prime Minister, everybody. If we don't get a parade, I'm voting out. Big and serious. All right. Nothing else. The cause, no other cause matters. All right. When a business about the economy right about now, when a business about nothing, not even crime, when a business about right about now. If we do not support the thing properly, we vote y'all out unanimously. All right. Me and Fly go down go vote because I can. And I'm bringing the whole homegrown team with me. It's like about 9,000 of us. So you out.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And also all the soccer players that are doing good. Support
everybody that's doing good. Recording artists.
Do it.
Athletes in general.
Business people.
Mr. Bolt.
Easy.
Mr. Bolt, you can make this happen.
You can do this. And that's
not just him alone, but the rest of the guys.
Shelly, Shaggy. Shaggy's good for it.
Yeah, I know he is.
I hope he gets on board with that.
Yeah, he'll get on board, man. I believe he will. I believe Usain will get on board. I'm hoping.
We need somebody. We need that song, Damn it. We need that song. All right.
For the Reggae Girls.
There was a song. Damian Marley did record a song for us.
Oh,
it's called Strike Hard. Not many people know about it, but yes. It's
what that is.
It's a big, Strike Hard is like our motto. And
I seen that, but I didn't know there was a song.
Yes, it's called Strike Hard. It's actually a really good song.
Respect, Gang. You always come through. I can't about that. I'm a huge fan of Gang, and not just about the music, but about the person that he is.
Mm-hmm.
I've got pictures of him when he was maybe 12, 13 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
If they're compromising pictures, Gang, you can send $100 per. I was gonna release it. No, I'm just kidding. Gang, trust me.
Yeah, man.
Much respect.
Much
respect. I don't care what the masses in the world, but I've never been around them and don't feel like good vibes.
Yeah.
Some of the hardest working artists out there today, they work like them no more said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, support How Reggae Man Anthony's on here. Support Kingsley. Go ahead and support. Make sure you go ahead and support the Reggae Boys. The Reggae Girls. And it sounds like a broken record. It's on purpose. This ain't by... Say it one more time where they can get it.
ReggaeGirlsFoundation.com.
With a Z.
With a Z. With a Z.
Reggae Girls with a Z.
ZZ, whatever as long as you find it, go support the movement. I feel, personally, I think it's going to happen. You know why? We're a procrastinating society.
Mm-hmm. We are.
We stare. But as it gets closer to the World Cup, everybody and their mom can get on board.
But we would like to start it early from now, please. Because we need training camps and everything like that. We want to start as soon as possible.
Nice. Are you the only one doing promo up here right now?
No. Ashley Shim should be doing something on Saturday, as well as Christina Chang. Maybe. I'm not sure about Christina, but I know Ashley for sure.
Gotcha.
The event, Jamaica. What is it? Jamaican women or Women of Jamaica. They're going to be sponsoring something at the pavilion.
Yeah, that's the thing on Saturday, right? Yeah. I think Ashley's going to that one.
Yeah.
I believe she scored the first or second penalty. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Ashley Shim, big up yourself.
Big up the team, big up everybody. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, look out. If it's not Nicole, it's somebody else, but listen out for the Reggae Girls. They're somewhere. Mm-hmm. Is there a Reggae Girls Facebook page?
Yes, it's called Jamaica Reggae Girlz.
Okay, and I'm sure all the stuff's updated
With
there.
a Z, right?
With a Z. Or a Z, whatever you want to say. But yeah.
Hal Anthony says he's wishing you and the team good health and strength, longevity throughout the journey.
Thank you.
There's a lot of love coming. We just need cash now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But we thank everybody for logging in, for supporting the movement. I really appreciate it. I think we got something else here from this one. It's for you, Nicole. Let me see here. Okay, it's just a comment on the picture.
Okay.
That's all right. It's a good one. Don't worry, they love it.
All right.
It's have the same last name, so it's probably Charles.
Oh, my brother.
Oh, is your brother?
Or it could be my dad.
Okay.
They have the same name.
Same name.
More okay, so it's my dad then. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, go support.
Good vibes I preach. Good vibes only please. The war I season. No, we don't need them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this one is Zaga. It's called Good Vibes Only. It is a big battle rhythm. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. It is Unity Sound Worldwide. And the rhythm is called the Family Bus Rhythm. I'm going to get the next one off of it, which is a big tune.
Germany.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go out there and support the thing. Gap your ranks. Get well soon, brother. And this one's a big bad tune from Gap. It's called Dan Gargan. I love it. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Jeremy, them said they done commit a felony. Dan Gargan, Dan Gargan, Dan Gargan, oh Dan Gargan.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We have 12 minutes to the top. Anybody who has questions for Nicole, by all means, go in. I'm getting the questions in text on WhatsApp and all them things. They're asking, I don't know if you want to answer that, but they're asking pretty much, his little sister loves soccer, and he keeps telling her, yeah, that's the dream, or whatever the case may be, but they don't know if it's lucrative to be a professional female soccer player. So, we're going to talk to the source right now.
No, it is not. It's not lucrative at all.
That was not the answer they were looking for.
Unfortunately, unless your name is Alex Morgan or something like that, and you get millions from endorsements and sponsors. 90% of us don't make more than four figures a month, I should say. But yeah, it's not lucrative. However, the experience is very lucrative.
Right.
You get to travel the world, see different cultures, learn different languages, learn about the sport, really. But you really have to save. If you can't be a millionaire if you want to be a female footballer. That's for sure. Unless you're going to play in like China. China has the 6 figures.
Oh, for real?
But I'm good. I'm good on China. But yeah, that's kind of difficult to get in as well. But no, it's not lucrative. However, I would never trade this life for my plans for after college. Like I said, I was gonna go into corporate America. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, this is better for me personally. But if you want to make the money, yes, go into corporate America or find some other avenue. But for me, this is a really cool life.
And success is relative to, as we always say, because anytime we think about musicians and we think about athletes, when we think about success, we think wealth.
Yeah.
But truth is, you could probably make enough money because how I look at it is this: if I'm a musician, if I'm an athlete, or whatever the case may be, right? If I'm making the same amount of money doing that as I would doing my 9 to 5, but I'm getting to do what I love, successful.
And it's not a job.
It is not a job. If you're going out there doing your thing,
what you love to do,
yeah,
and it's not a job. You can't consider it a job.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't get up every day like, damn, I wish this field would get flooded. No, but a lot of people get up like, damn, I wish this office would get flooded.
Well, except for when it snows, I'm like, but yeah.
Wow, but here's the other thing though. What about? I assume the female soccer players here in the U.S. probably make more because isn't it a bigger audience, a bigger platform over here?
From what I hear, no.
Same thing?
The pay is actually better in Europe, from what I hear. I actually don't want to play in the States. I really like playing overseas for multiple reasons. But yeah, a lot of players who play in the NWSL here in the States, they actually have to live with host families or pick up a second or third job.
Wow.
And yeah, like live in basements. We're struggling.
Wow.
we don't make much. No.
So they actually want to go to Europe.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't know. I couldn't say that because it's just preference. For me, I personally like Europe. I love the way of life there, and it's pretty cool.
Wow.
And then it gives people a reason to come and visit. So that's nice
well, that's
too.
true. That is true.
And they get free housing when they live with me, when they stay with me. So
don't say that out loud. Got a bunch of people talking about we coming over on Friday, Nicole.
But yeah, when I'm home, I have a Metro card, which is a bus pass.
Right.
I don't have a car. I borrow family members' cars, and I'm still living in Southside in Queens. So
that's all right.
Yeah, but yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'm only there for a couple of months at a time, and I'm back overseas. And they usually they cover housing, but I'm overseas.
When you're over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Usually.
Well, that's good
They
because
pay
they ain't
you
doing that
enough.
here.
Right. They pay you enough so you can eat.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. Now, as far as getting used to the lifestyle, you're acclimated. You've been there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, what about family? Do you think you could put down the roots there and actually live there?
No, I haven't found a country in Europe where I'm like, yes, I'm settling down. Sweden has come close, but it's too cold, man. Like, no. I love Swedes. They're awesome people. And Icelanders, the best. But no.
No.
I'll work there and live there temporarily, but actually want to live here in South Florida. That's the goal of mine.
Well, come join us.
We got enough room for you. Yeah,
we got room. We
Yeah.
got room. There's tons of houses in my neighborhood for sale. All that good stuff. Now, as far as, again, I like to talk life, sports and so forth, but we turn that off after a while. Being there on the daily, when you have, like, the team in Sweden, I presume that there are players there from all over the world, right?
Though there was only 3 of us from the States. Everybody else was from Sweden.
From Sweden?
Yeah, well, one girl from Kosovo.
Oh.
But she's trying to get her Swedish papers.
Citizenship?
Yeah, citizenship, yeah.
Budget is real, huh?
Well, it just depends on the team. Like, I've been on a team where there were, like, maybe 7 or 8 internationals from Canada, U.S., Cayman Islands. So, I mean, it just depends on the team.
Racism in football. I see it a lot with the men's games. Have you ever encountered anything like that?
Not to my face, no. Fortunately, no,
Yeah.
I have not.
Right.
Sweden in particular, they're very open. Even with their government, they're very welcoming to tons of poor Black and brown countries. So I know that there are a bunch of it was a really small population of racist Swedes, but emphasis on very, very small. Sweden is very, very. They open up their borders. Everyone's super friendly.
Very inclusive.
Very, very inclusive. Yeah, I love it there. But I've never personally experienced any type of racism whatsoever.
Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
And I've played in quite a few countries, even in France and Norway, etc. It's been good.
So I guess it's the dudes that are racist then, huh?
Again, not to my face. I don't speak everybody's language. So
Sometimes that's a plus.
Yeah.
That's a plus, 'cause
Yeah.
at least I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. I can't speak on behalf of my colleagues and stuff, but
Right.
I've never, not to my face.
Wow. Well, like you said, the experience is priceless. I always feel like whenever you have the opportunity, when you're young, live it up. Do what you got to do. Because you're going to go to bed one of these days and wake up and look around and see some dude and some kids. I'm like, what the hell happened, man? You know what I mean? I was just playing ball.
Yeah.
I was just having fun. No, you screaming at 2 a.m. I'm trying to sleep. It's always, so enjoy while you can. Soak up the experience because that's what's priceless. Because what a lot of people don't realize is this. A lot of times when you come back, and I don't want to say when career is over, but tail end of the career, when you have that wealth of knowledge, that's probably when you cash in. So, right now you're not making all the money, but you're stacking up that experience and that knowledge, and then that's invaluable. So somebody's going to pay you for that later.
That's right. Broadcasting.
Yeah.
Behind the mic.
Being an analyst.
The cameras.
Maybe.
Yeah. Doing all those things. A lot of people right now are doing that, making crazy money. And like you said, being you said that you didn't need an agent. When you learn a lot more about that part of it, doing it yourself, you come back and you could be an agent. There's so many things.
Right.
Because your credentials will be so high, your credibility will be there because you've done it.
For itself.
Wow. And I'll be here to be security. Security gets paid too. Right? So I'm security. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting here with Nicole McClure having a blast. I love talking to football players versus basketball players a lot of time, because basketball is an American thing. You know, they call it world, but I mean, world champion, and you only played in the US. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Now, for the football players now, a world title is a world title.
That's right.
You're playing against the entire world. What does that mean when somebody says to you, okay, you're going up for the world title? Because you're there in Sweden, you're playing club sports, right? You're doing your thing. But is there any, and I'm talking about from the fans or whatever, pressure on you to say to yourself, you know what, this is a world title that I'm going up against. This is the real deal. This ain't no NBA championship. You know what I mean? What's that like for you?
I live for that, for those moments, those pressure moments, as you guys saw last month when I came in for the penalties. So I say bring it on. Like, I'm super focused on the ball. Like,
right.
When I'm on the field, it's literally just me and the ball. I don't, I block out everything else. The hecklers in the stands, the coaches screaming their heads off on the sidelines. Like, you can't really feed into the foolishness that's surrounding you.
Right.
So I don't really look at it as Jamaica against the world. It's just
mission to do.
Yeah. Get the W and keep it moving.
I love
there
it.
There you go. That's the attitude.
I love it. Lloyd Silveris, the ladies on this team are a fantastic individual. Absolutely, absolutely. Go support the team. Go to the website. Go again.
ReggaeGirlsFoundation.com.
Make sure you go there. Make sure you get your gear. Make sure you support, because we got to get the ladies all fly and stuff to get over there. All right. We need the support.
And if they want to say hello to Nicole tomorrow, it's her birthday.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And they're going to be cutting a little cake for her.
At the pavilion?
No. At the fish fry. You didn't get that flyer?
No. Y'all
what?
Keeping the fishes to yourself.
Oh, my goodness.
Send over the flyer. Happy birthday when it comes.
Thank you.
Hope you have a blast. Coach is going to say,
I thought you had that.
Nah. I did have the birthday info. I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. I'm getting old, so I forgot to say it to you when you were here. But no, the fish fry was kept on the wraps.
Wow.
I mean, I could come hang out. I can't eat any. My wife got me on my regiment.
No.
That's okay.
But it's fish,
no, it's not.
though. It's fish.
Nah, man. You know how you ladies do. Here's what happens.
But they have steamed fish, not just fried.
I can't have that either.
Oh, come on.
Here's what it is. She's you know how it is when the lady's on a diet. The whole house is on a diet.
Oh,
so
yeah.
She's doing this thing where it's like smoothies.
Oh, yeah.
For the morning, smoothies for the afternoon, and you can have protein and veggies. This is gonna sound pathetic, but it's only been 3 days. But for me, it's a lot. For me, it's a lot. 3 days, no carbs, no sugar.
Sheesh.
3 days. I feel like I went to jail.
And you're having withdrawal symptoms already?
Since the first hour. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You too. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for having
let me tell you something. I want to big you up.
Appreciate
I want
it.
to big you up, G. Cole. You're doing this thing. I don't know how long you've been doing it, but you're doing it like you've been doing it from birth.
Oh, I appreciate
it. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Thank you. I get good guests. When I have a good guest, it rolls like that.
Oh, man.
When it's me alone, then a different something.
Big up to your listeners. Everybody who's tuned in and will be tuned in, big up to you all.
Thank you. And let the frenzy begin. Support the Reggae Girls. And
Yes.
then it's 2019 World Cup. When World Cup start again?
June 7th.
June 7th. All
That's
right.
the opening match.
Start planning from now to make
Boom.
the trip to France.
Yes. All over
Speak it
France.
into existence.
Summer
Speak
trip.
it into existence.
Take the kids. You try to figure out what you're going to do with the kids next summer. You have a year in advance to plan
That's
on budget
right.
for that
Yep.
one. We're going to France. I want to see everybody over there. We're going to France to support the Reggae Girls. We're going to heckle some other people. You know what I mean? We got our fish and our jerk chicken in the stands doing what we do.
And we're going to wear our colors proudly.
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 And we're going to get them colors from...
ReggaeGirlsFoundation.com.
Reggae
it.
Girls
Girls with a Z. With a Z.
Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, when the podcast comes out, I'll make sure that all that information is in the show notes. You can get it there. I'll also put it up right here on the Facebook page. Again, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Nicole McClure. Go follow her on Instagram. Go follow her on Twitter. Follow her on Facebook. Don't stalk, but follow. Two different things. And then make sure you also go follow the Reggae Girls.
Yes.
Support them. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get it, because the funny thing is that stuff is important too. When people go on there and they see the Reggae Girls and it's got 1 million followers, then all of a sudden everybody's on the bandwagon. So we need to get it up. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. All right, keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Nakikinika sa música, Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole. 您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with Nicole.
You're listening to Homegrown with Nicole.
Please, good vibes on the please. The war I see is dead.
Big up, big up, big up to the Reggae Girls. All right.